know I had to wear this shirt today. Hello, Belle, and hello to all of you. Welcome into another episode of Disney Jeopardy. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, bringing with me a ton of Disney trivia to test you on. Now, if you watched last week, you know that Beauty and the Beast won the Final Jeopardy wheel spin. It carries over to this week, but since I've already done the category on the film, I'm focusing on the music from the 1991 Disney classic. How much do you remember about the soundtrack? We're about to find out, but first, let's take a look at the board and see the other categories. Next up, it's title letters. That's followed by the Great Mouse Renaming. I'll explain that one in a bit. Parks Time Guesser is your Disney Parks category of the week. And finally, what did the club DJ members choose this week? They chose credit rolls. We take a look at the poll to see how much it won by. 54% goes to credit rolls. Trilogies beats out the UK or your runner-up. And that sound means it is time for the easiest round of the game, the cupcake round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points, so hopefully you ace all 5. Let's commence the match. It's Beauty and the Beast music to start us off. According to Lumiere and Be Our Guest, he and the other items within the castle have been rusting for this long. The correct answer is a decade or 10 years, which is also how long it's been since the Beast was cursed.
10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting.
Let's move on now to title letters. In this category, I'll give you 3 letters that are ripped from the cover of a DVD or the title seen online of a Disney film. You have to tell me what 3 movies those letters are from. Here's your first one. MDF. Name the 3 films. Well, to start us off, we've got the M from Moana on the left. Dumbo, the D from Dumbo is in the middle. Of course, that F, it's iconic. It's the F from Frozen. Now, again, I started off pretty easy here. I gave you 3 letters that also happen to be the first letters of the films they are tied to. That will not always be the case. More on that in a little bit, but for now, it's time for the Great Mouse Renaming. If you've been watching Disney Jeopardy for a while, you might remember a few episodes ago, I went over how when the Great Mouse Detective was renamed the Great Mouse Detective from Basil of Baker Street, the animation department was not happy. They sent a memo saying, why don't you just rename all the other Disney classics? So that's what we're going to do right now. That very memo that was sent back in the 1980s included a bunch of other Disney classic films that were renamed. I'm going to give you the new names that they came up with back in the 80s. You have to tell me what the actual Disney movie is. We're starting off easy. The Amazing Flying Children. Now, again, keep in mind, The Great Mouse Detective came out in the 1980s, so any of these movies from this category will predate The Great Mouse Detective. The Amazing Flying Children certainly does. That is Peter Pan. All right, moving on now to a category I'm very excited about. In fact, I'm doing an entire video on it beginning at the start of next week. So if you like it, check that out on Monday. It's called Time Guesser. I will show you a picture that was taken within Disney. You'll have to tell me the exact year the photo was taken. Now, there are some images where the photo could have been taken in a span of maybe 4 or 5 years. If you give me any of those years, those are correct. Here's your first one. Nothing like the legendary castle cake from the Magic Kingdom. When was this photo taken? A lot of people hate it, but I'm a fan of the legendary birthday cake castle from the Magic Kingdom. You see the 25 right there. It was celebrating Walt Disney World and the Magic Kingdom's 25th birthday. And if you do the math, 1971 plus 25 brings us to 1996. So if you said 1996, you are correct. Though, if you said 1995 or 1997, you're correct as well, because the cake was up for parts of those years. Once again, I'm doing an entire video, not just 5 clues, but 25 of them at the start of next week. All right, let's finish off the cupcake round with a little credit roll. There you have it. Those credits are from what film? I started off by showing you that Lin-Manuel Miranda was behind the original songs. Correct answer is Encanto. Cupcake round is complete. We're moving on now to Beauty and the Beast music for the second time. Beauty and the Beast, Gaston sings in 3 different songs. Name them. Those songs are Belle, Gaston, and the Mob song.
Till he's dead, good and dead, till the beast! No.
We're back to title letters now. Name the 3 movies. Well, the F comes from The Princess and the Frog, the T from Tangled, and the H from Hercules. Back to the Great Mouse renaming we go. This one's worth 400. The animators called this one The Girl with the See-Through Shoes. They were talking about Cinderella. Here's Park's time guesser again. The highly polarizing Epcot signage that sat atop Spaceship Earth lasted 6 years. It originally replaced the number 2000, which was up there for the Millennium Celebration. The sign became Epcot in 2001 and ran until 2007. So any of those years in between, or 01 and 07, would be correct. Final clue of the 400s belongs to credit rolls. Well, at the beginning of the credits, you saw a picture frame that said Graceland on the bottom. That, of course, is where Elvis Presley lived. And Elvis Presley makes us think of who again? Oh, yeah, Stitch. Correct answer is Lilo and Stitch. 10 clues down, we move on to the third round. These are worth 600. Human Again was a song originally written for the movie before being cut and replaced with this tune. Human Again, the deleted song from Beauty and the Beast, was added to special edition DVDs that came out nearly a decade after the movie. The song also appeared in the Beauty and the Beast musical on Broadway. But in the film, like I said, it was deleted for something there.
I'll hop down off this shelf and toot sweet me myself. I can't wait to be human again. There may be something there that wasn't there before.
Here's your third clue from title letters. A, B, C. The A is from Aladdin, the B is from Bolts, and the C is from Cinderella. Halfway point of the game brings us to the Great Mouse renaming. The Boy Who Would Be King. Some of you might have guessed The Lion King, but keep in mind, like I said earlier, The Great Mouse Detective predates The Lion King by nearly 10 years. So what movie am I talking about here? Or should I say, what movie were the animators talking about? We're talking about The Sword in the Stone. Here comes your third clue from Park's Time Guesser. Well, it was taken in one of 2 years, that being 2001 or 2002. You're looking at the entrance of the legendary attraction, Superstar Limo at California Adventure. It quickly got removed after not being very well received. Here comes your third credit roll. Those beautiful credits show up at the end of Frozen 2. Let's turn up the heat and move on to the difficult 800-point round. Here we go. In Belle, Belle mentions this character from a different Disney film. Now, some people might not be happy with this answer because maybe it's not the same character from a Disney film that we know. But she does mention his name. The correct answer is Prince Charming.
Prince Charming.
I hear the groans already. Let's move on. It's title letters now. There are your 3 letters. Name the films they're tied to. Well, the S on the left is from the aforementioned Lilo and Stitch. That in the middle kind of looks like a backwards K, but it's actually an H. It's from Robin Hood. And finally, the F is from Fox and the Hound. Here's a great mouse renaming for 800 points. The Evil Bonehead. Kind of sounds like an insult. You just toss at somebody. You evil bonehead. So you should just start using for someone you don't like. This title ties to the Black Cauldron. They were referring to the Horned King. Here's your 4th clue from Time Guesser. Ooh, it's the March of the First Order at Hollywood Studios, the greatest show of all time. What year was this photo taken? That photo specifically was taken in 2016, even though the show ran till 2019. The way you know it's 2016 is because Captain Phasma is emerging from Animation Courtyard and Star Wars Launch Bay, something she and her troopers only did in 2016. Here's your final clue before the 1000s. It's credit rolls. Perhaps Disney's most forgotten film from this decade. Those credits belong to Strange World. And just like that, 20 clues are down, 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack infused unnecessarily spotlighted. Part of the game, 1,000 point round? Yeah, that's what it is. Hit it. This 1,000 point round means we start off with the end to the Beauty and the Beast category. It's always so sad. 5 clues and it's gone. Just like that. Hopefully it returns relatively soon. Here's your first 1,000 pointer. The 3 songs nominated for Best Original Song at the Oscars. Well, the winner was Beauty and the Beast. The losers, which are not losers because they're Oscar-nominated songs, are Belle, hello Belle, and Be a Guest. Here's your final clue from title letters. CIA. The C is from Chicken Little. The I, that might have stumped you, from The Adventures of Ichabod. Mr. Toad, it's the I from Ichabod. The A is a little more familiar. It's from Atlantis. 3 clues left on the board. The first comes from Great Mouse Renaming. Color and Music. This wraps up the renaming category, so here's a full look at the memo that was sent. You see all the fake renamings done by the animators. Clearly, they were not happy about Basil of Baker Street being renamed The Great Mouse Detective. Color and Music, you see it up there. It's the 3rd Disney feature animation film, which means it's Fantasia. Last clue from Parks Time Guesser. On the right, you have the Moonwalker, legendary astronaut Neil Armstrong shaking hands with the big cheese, Mickey Mouse. Name the year this photo was taken. They are celebrating the reopening of Space Mountain during Disneyland's 50th anniversary, which means the correct answer is 2005. Final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy belongs to credit rolls. Well, at the start of the clip, you saw a waffle atop the credits, and then you saw New York on the right. Where can you see a waffle and also New York in a Disney feature animation film? Those credits belong to Bolt. So there you have it, 25 clues down, but 1 remains, and it is the most important clue of the game. It's Final Jeopardy, But to determine the category that the final clue will come from, we need to spin that wheel. The Final Jeopardy wheel spin. So let's spin it and see what Final Jeopardy is all about. Well, pull up an ice block and lend an ear because it's Frozen 2. That's right. We're going back to 2019 for the sequel to Frozen. Now, I have done a Frozen 2 category in the past, but it was all the way back in episode 6. Yeah, we're talking way back. Either way, I'm not just going to do a regular Frozen 2 category. Instead, I'm doing Frozen 2 quotes. I'll read you a quote from the film. You'll have to tell me the character who spoke it. Make your wagers. If you don't know by now, I'm a huge Frozen fan, and I love Frozen 2, so anything Frozen, I am all about. Hopefully you are as well. Let's see how well you know your Frozen 2 lines. Here's your clue. Greatest mistake of your life. Good luck. And time is up. The thing about Frozen and Frozen 2 is really there's not that many characters in the film, so hopefully you'll be able to narrow this quote down and the 5 quotes next week. As for this quote, it comes from my favorite scene. I would say it's my favorite scene in the Frozen sequel. It's the charade scene, and specifically when Anna is acting something out. So who spoke the line, greatest mistake of your life? That would be Kristoff.
Hans!
Unredeemable monster.
Greatest mistake of your life. We didn't even kiss you.
Villain.
Oh.
And that does it for episode 164 of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so very much for watching. Bunny Eclipse wants to thank you as well. Say thanks, Bun. Wave at them. Oh yeah, good waving. Good waving. You know what time it is, Bunny? It's time to check out the Disney Jeopardy pets. Yes, check them out. First up, we got to say happy birthday, Mindy, turning 14. Ah, look at that face. Yes. Also, shout out to this pair, Sultan and Sir Elton. All the DJ pets coming in are the absolute best. My sincerest apologies if you don't see your little guy on the screen yet. Fear not, I don't want to put too many in at the end of every episode because then they won't get enough screen time. So keep those pictures coming. I'll try to squeeze them in one of the next episodes. Ah, look at all of them. I love it. Bunny, you're a little more like a cat, let's be honest. All right, Club DJ members, it's now time to go vote in the Club DJ poll. Trilogies was your runner-up last week. It gets another opportunity this week. What will you choose? I'm eager to find out. Now, you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. Bunny Eclipse, say goodbye to all your fans out there. Say goodbye to all the pets and sidekicks. You gotta say goodbye if you want a treat. Whoa, see that? She did that on her own. All right, I gotta go give her that. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.